Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today, we will be reviewing the
Box 3 of 3 from the Dungeons and Lasers Woodhaven Kickstarter stretch goals. This is the last box of the 3 that came with the Woodhaven Kickstarter. This one is more scatter terrain. It's got some cool monsters, a couple more character figures and townsfolky figures, as well as some other additional Dungeons and Lasers terrain pieces. And we're going to show them off real quick here for you guys so you get an idea of what's actually in the box after it's assembled. This was a lot easier set to assemble than the middle box that was nothing but character miniatures and townsfolk miniatures and things like that. This one was by far the easiest one to put together, but it also has actually some of my favorite pieces of the entire set.
Yeah.
You want to start with the pieces?
walls?
Yeah.
These, I assume they're half walls,
Yes.
which we almost never use, but I do like these ones because we can use them for barricades, stuff like that.
Also to make stables and things like that.
Stables. To make smaller, almost trench sort of walls.
Mm-hmm. Nothing too spectacular, but it's nice that they thought enough to put them in. Then the next ones are slanted walls for attaching the roofs, which...
Actually, they wouldn't go that way, they'd go the other way.
But again...
But they could work in multiple ways, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have that many of those.
Yeah, we didn't actually get any of the town
we
sets.
We could get more of them later.
And we will. Just it's... For my usage, I don't do a lot of town adventures, and I would need a ton of the town sets to do it right. And it's something I can slowly pick up later as time goes by and they become available on the online store. Let's get that out of the way. What do you want to show next? A bridge. I'm guessing this is for the sewer set.
That's not a bridge. Oh, it is a bridge, yes. You're right.
Just to put across the sewers for a makeshift bridge. Nice little piece. You could also use it for other things.
The boxes. Pretty big fan of boxes.
There's a nice selection of crates. Some of them are busted open. I really like this one because it's actually a crate that's floating in the water.
Yeah, see that.
It's actually kind of a cool.
It doesn't really have to be that, but it.
Yeah, when they showed the illustration, that's what it was. Yeah. There's also a barrel that does the same thing.
Don't really like it though. Not a fan.
Where you could put it in the sewer or the river and it looks like it's floating. It's clever little sculpt.
And there are the 2 trapdoors. Also, there's this, which is
This is actually for something else. It goes to the well.
Oh, it goes to the well?
Yeah, it's a lid. It's just a lid for the well.
I don't see a well. Oh.
Here is a...
Well, you can still use it for that.
Right. This is... I want to say it's for the bar, for the tavern, because that's what I'm going to use it for. But it's, got some empty shelves here, which is nice. Although they could have put, bottles in there, which would have been a little bit nicer. But, I could probably sculpt something out of milliput if I'm really, wanting to do that. But for the most part, nice little L-shaped table. Another sort of end table that could be part of this, but more cool scatter terrain for the town. You want to do the well next?
Sure.
Why don't you bring out the bathtubs as well? What town would be complete without a source of water?
Even though I don't really see how the trapdoor thing goes in there.
Yeah, maybe I should have assembled it and put it in there first. Yeah, I think I did that wrong. But it's supposed to be like sort of just a covering for the well. But it's a nice little well. No bucket, which is kind of a disappointment, but I think I have a bucket I can actually put here. But it was a nice little piece.
Yeah.
Then there's 2 different bathtubs, which I found pretty funny, because this one's like the 3-men-in-a-tub sort of bathtub or something like that, or for your really big animals or something maybe. Nice. But then there was this little bathtub that would, go very well in just about any stateroom or town room. And there is a rubber duck that I almost missed the rubber duck on the sprue because it was a separate piece that I had to glue on, and I almost missed it. And I'm like, what's that little nub? And I looked closely, and yes, it is a rubber ducky. So how funny is that? These guys.
That is the greatest piece.
It really is
Just
hysterical.
the duck by itself should be a piece.
Yeah, because
In fact, if you replaced every single piece with just a duck.
Okay. But yeah, it's really cute. And this set of stretch goals actually had, 3 or 4 different duck pieces?
I don't know.
The barbarian duck,
Oh,
the guy
right.
carrying the duck, and then the duck just standing. But yeah, this was
just a duck standing? I didn't see that.
yeah, it was standing on like an anvil or something.
I don't remember that.
Then let's go and do these street things. There's a lantern lamppost with a very nice dragon sort of decoration. And then there's a mailbox, which I thought was kind of cute, just to put outside a cottage or something like that. You know, it goes into the floor pieces, so it's only going to show this much. But it's definitely a nice little addition. I wish I actually had like a lot more of these, because otherwise you only have one house that has a mailbox, which is kind of weird. Then there's these 2 stand-up banners that came out much better than the banners from the last set, if you remember.
Yes, definitely.
These are much nicer. And thankfully I have a couple of sets of the stretch goals, so I can get like 2 of each and put them behind thrones or, by doorways, that sort of thing. Then there's a couple of weather vane, a weather vane. There's another weather vane right there by the round door.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Well, this you should talk about
Okay.
too, but I don't see it.
It's right here. This is a typical weather vane with the north, south, east, west, and a rooster
Goose.
that will fit inside one of the roof pieces.
Would they have a specific
Hole, yes.
That's interesting.
And then another sort of weather vane, or at least a wind marker with a flag, and then just a good old-fashioned flagpole, which I know the little guy's going to want to paint up.
Certainly.
And then I like this piece. This is a really nice piece with a signpost for the town to tell you which direction different shops or parts of the town are, which is really a nice piece.
Yeah.
I wish they would have almost left it blank, but it says center, market, and something else. I can't read it, it's too tiny. What's the bottom one say? Can you read that?
Center Market Park.
Oh, okay. Park, cool.
Then there's the...
Bags, you want to do the bags? Knock those out.
Yes. These are all pretty much the same. They're all just bags of gold.
Three spilled bags of gold, which is nice. 1 cinched up bag of who knows.
Most likely gold.
Another bag which looks like it's like filled with grain or flour.
Yeah. There's also I know there's a pot. But
yeah, it's in my hand. Then there was this sort of cooking brazier type of thing, kind of a cool little piece. But some of these pieces are really small, so you're going to want to be careful, and maybe even mount them to like a thin piece of plastic card or something, just so that they're harder to lose. There's two piles of treasure.
Nope, not this one.
Okay, that are meant to be lined up in a corner so that it just looks more
there's a bunch of gold piled up without you actually having to put a bunch of gold there.
Yeah, it's a nice, clever piece, cleverly designed.
Well, there probably should have been something so that it could balance more, but I guess that's not necessary.
Yeah,
then what he was talking about, not a pile of treasure. If you look closely, it is probably the opposite of a pile of treasure.
Oh, it's a pile of poo?
No.
Oh, okay. Just garbage, rubble?
Yeah, it's just garbage and rubble.
Oh, okay. Is it poo?
No, it's just garbage and rubble.
Okay.
You guys saw what it is.
No, I must have missed that. That's nasty. It looks like there's bones and all kinds of ugly stuff in there.
Yeah. Then there's... Oh.
Then there's a sewer tunnel flowing with more...
Sewage.
Yeah, raw
and
sewage.
Bottles and whatever's in there.
It definitely added a lot of pieces to spruce up the sewer sets.
There's these 2 pieces. Actually, wait, what is this? This an outhouse?
Yes, an outhouse.
Oh, well,
And now you have the entrance to the sewer.
Yeah.
Sort of.
As well as these 2 chimneys, perhaps?
Yes, they are chimneys. They fit on top of the roof pieces. Very nice pieces. Unfortunately, I definitely need more of these if I'm going to buy the town sets. But
also, speaking of chimneys, fireplace.
The entrance to the chimney.
Yes.
So to speak. Another chimney. It's very nice. I really liked the assembly. It was very simple. It was only 2 pieces, but it's got a nice little assortment of of doodads and tchotchkes for the mantelpiece.
Some cabinets, drawers, and the like. Also, there's another one of these. It's just a bigger one of these.
What is it? Oh,
A
yes.
pipe.
Yes, a small pipe that you can stick into the wall holes, which again,
Yeah.
I wish there were a lot more of these, like the torches and the lamps. Like you said, a couple of nice cabinets, which are actually kind of difficult to put together. I think they're like 4 separate pieces. Or
Yeah, then there's a bed, a rug, and a vault door.
bearskin rug,
Yeah.
a floor entrance. That'd actually work even in the sci-fi sets, wouldn't it?
It would. Then there is...
Another, you want to do the brazier?
Sure.
Or do you want to do the creature from the Black Lagoon in this
We'll
floating
do
corpse?
these 4 just because I don't know.
Okay. This is some sort of creature from the Black Lagoon type of creature, but he doesn't stand up very well, and I
Which don't really like.
I didn't want to put him on a base because then that ruins the effect. So I'm gonna have to find some sort of clear plastic to sort of mount him on. I think I've got some clear plastic card that'll work, but it just doesn't balance properly, and it's gonna be harder on the river or sewer tile floors because they're not very level or straight, flat. Then a brazier, another little brazier. I think there was a couple. There've been a couple before. It's kind of neat. It's got a weird giant dragon or chicken leg for the table stand. And then the town drunk, which I thought was hysterical.
Yeah.
Because what town is complete without a town drunk, especially if you're going to have a tavern nearby.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite pieces, believe it or not, is this floating corpse that actually I had to glue on the rat onto it. And I was like, what's the rat for?
You put the mic on the dead guy.
Yeah. Very funny. And it's really well sculpted. It really does look like it's floating. The legs and the arms are submerged, but his bloated fat butt is just sitting there with, a rat gnawing away, getting himself some free lunch.
And there's these 3, which is a lot less pieces than the previous ones, but these are still very
Got a barbarian and a couple of swordsmen. I think this guy...
I feel like they probably should have been split up more evenly amongst the 3 sets.
Yeah, it would have made it a lot easier for the middle set. The middle set was, like 60 plus figures.
It was mostly figures.
Yeah. It was literally all figures. I think there might have been one little...
They should have just replaced them, but... I don't really see any reason to the orders. I think they just got put in.
It all depends on what they can fit on the sprues, and then fit the sprues in the box. But all in all, as you can see, this is probably over 150, if not close to 250, separate individual pieces.
There's also lightning that goes.
Oh, that actually is part of.
No, it doesn't go on the ground.
It
goes in the elementals.
There are 3 more elementals.
As well as
air, earth, and
demon.
water. Let's save him for last.
Okay, and also there's the fire elemental,
so
but
he
forgot how to paint.
Yeah, the little guy's the master of fire, not me. When it comes to the other ones, I'll handle that. But you get all 4 elementals and very, very cool poses, very, very usable for your, summoned elementals or encounters or what have you. Earth, air, water, and fire. And I think the water is actually my favorite. It's got this really cool sort of whirlpool-looking spear.
It's much better than the water elementals we've made before and that exist before.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better than the ones we made.
The air elemental is a bit tricky to put together, and I am pretty sure...
It is probably my favorite looking, but it also looks like hell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I misassembled it or assembled it incorrectly. Fortunately, I've got a couple more to fix that with, and this one will be the derpy, stepchild, cousin, what have you. The earth elemental is cool, but it's not my favorite. It's a little, I don't want to say boring, but just not as cool as the fire or the water elementals.
But I actually feel like the fire elemental is a bit too magma-y instead of fire.
Yeah, it really is. That's what was throwing me when I was painting it. It reminded me of this...
Because he wanted to do it like magma, like the lava man.
Yeah, from
Shadow's Brimstone. But that was the worst decision he had ever made.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's up there, top 10. So
only like top 1,000.
Then
Tivon
the Tevil, which is...
I don't know what that means.
That's his name. He's literally Tivon the Tevil, because he's basically a devil or a demon, but they didn't want to say that. But It's a very, very cool piece. I'm looking forward to painting this one immensely. And it's probably my favorite of the stretch goal monsters that we were given. And mind you, there were some pretty good ones, but this one I think takes the cake. It could have even had its own box like the Witch Hunter or the Lich, but they decided to put it in
here.
And cool. Bonus.
I don't know what's up there. I mean, I know what's up there, but I don't know what's up there.
But there you have it. I should have laid them all out, but
it's fine.
You know, you got a good view of all of them. And the reason why we wanted to show all these off is because we are going to be giving away a complete set of the stretch goals as well as the townsfolk set that we got with the Kickstarter because we got extras.
No, we did.
Just for the distinct purpose of being able to give them away when we hit 500 subs. We're about 130 away. Hopefully, if we can get to 500 before Christmas, we'll also have a very special Christmas giveaway to all of our friends out there in TV land who've been so nice to us over the past 2 years, and we want to start giving back to all our friends out there. And of course, it will be a random giveaway. We don't want to play favorites or anything like that, and you will have to be here online in person when we do the giveaway so that we can make sure everything's on the up and up for you guys, so you don't get the idea that we're just giving away to our our favorite YouTube personalities or something like that. And like I said, it will be a random giveaway. We'll try to make it fun for you guys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy these pieces as much as we are going to. Now I can finally actually get to painting them because I spent the entire month just assembling miniatures for these videos to show you guys these things, because showing you the pictures on the boxes just doesn't cut it in my opinion. Seeing them put together really gives you an idea of what you can expect from these stretch goal sets, and they are going to be available. You can just buy a set of the stretch goals from Archon Studios once they're in the online store, so if you don't win you can still get them, and trust me, they're going to end up being pretty cheap. But there you have it, folks. That's it for the stretch goals. We will be back, well, at least I'll be back Friday, that's tomorrow, with 1 or 2 videos, and we might not be here Sunday.
Probably not.
Because of vacation time, etc. And if so, we'll just do the Sunday show-off show in...
Monday, probably?
No, we'll do it Sunday. Next Sunday. That'll give us a little more time to finish painting this guy off. We really didn't have much to show off because we didn't do any crafts this month. So maybe you'll have to wait until the end of the month. We'll figure that out. I'm sure you guys, won't be too disappointed because,
I'll try to get it done Monday.
Yeah, we'll be getting back to the crafts this month for September. But until next time, folks, anything you want to add?
No, not really.
All right. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. We love you guys, and we'll see you real soon.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.